Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all. And thank you to Sylvia and Llama Tangent for coming over from Annette's channel. I still haven't seen Annette yet, but I'm expecting her to be here relatively soon. We had planned this yesterday, finished doing our planning yesterday. And so and her associate, her what's the word I want to say? Lady that works with her. she has been fabulous and is also let me know and fixed my little thumbnail for the day. So, hey, how do you like my shirt? Kamala. And oops, got to go this way. Kamala. There you go. Yeah, you too can get this kind of a shirt. I ended up getting another one yesterday as well, and it says on it, Mind Your Own Damn Business from the Mind Your Own Damn Business Club 2024 Harris Walls. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. So Kamala, yay, see Rose. Kamala, let's go. Hello, Annette Serrano from New York City. Welcome, everybody. Sylvia, Llama, Sonia, Nancy, Carl, Janet, and Annette Serrano and Valerie and C. Rose and Diane Skiles. Nice to see you all. Still waiting for Annette. I expect that she'll probably pop in at any moment, hopefully. Noon here on the West Coast. My name is Aley, and my channel here is Heart and Soul Connected. And I'm here because if all of you watched the beautiful PsychAthon that we had over the weekend, which was done specifically because remember watching the old Jerry Lewis telethons. And so Deborah Lupian from Akasha, her fabulous woman, put together this entirely wonderful event with so many different psychics, music, discussions on Project 2025. And oh, really, Juanita? I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry that the ads won't let you. Here she is.
Oh my God, it's like an act of Congress.
Hi, Annette. Hello, welcome.
How
thank you,
Aley?
I'm fine, thank you. We got about 48 people already. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah.
My fans. I'm just going to turn this because hopefully this doesn't screw things up because you know how you don't know where to look.
Yeah, I get it.
A little bit more. When it looks like you're looking at the sky or
yes, I get it. No, it's like no, you're here listening to your guides is what you're doing in that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'm looking up here because I'm looking for guidance.
That's right. I'm going to look to the right. I look to the right.
I like your background.
Oh, thank you. This is my tarot tree. And I got little hearts and laminated tarot cards. And
that's a tarot tree. What? Oh, why didn't I think of that? What a great idea. I mean, Christmas time, I could have a tarot tree.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I keep it up all year round because it's not for Christmas. It's just for my, and I have little heart lights and hearts, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's sort of become my my thing for people to know.
I have lights on all the time. You can't.
I like your Smurf. That's all right.
Yeah, that's that was sent to me. What's his name? Moskowitz. James Comer called Jared Moskowitz a Smurf.
Oh, yes, he did. Yes.
And so I liked it.
I love James Moskowitz.
I should get a Smurf, and now I have a Smurf because someone sent me one. And then somebody sent me nice clothes for the Elliot, the Democracy Elf. And his wife, Judy.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So that was quick. Now it's going. Am I zooming in and out? Is my picture zooming in and out?
No, I don't think so. I think you're fine. Yeah. Did you see? I showed everybody my new shirt. It says La Kamala. Yeah, and then it says
Kamala, la.
That's right.
Amazing. It's amazing how people find such difficulty pronouncing Kamala? I mean,
I
what is
know.
it? Really? Calm, C-A-L-M. You can think of it like calm.
Yeah.
Kamala. Kamala.
Well, it's pronounced the same as Pamela, only with a K.
I know, but you know,
Yeah.
people they just like to act like.
Oh, I know. I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well.
And this is what we want to start off talking about, because before we take any questions, anybody, and I assume we can take a few questions soon, but I want to talk about Annette's wonderful, chilling song from the PsychAthon. Oh,
Thank you.
my goodness.
It was channeled.
I knew it. It was divinely inspired. And then you added all those pictures and
Yeah,
images.
well, Terry did that. My assistant.
Terry did that?
Kudos to Terry. Terry's my right-hand person.
Uh-huh.
I asked her if she wanted to make a slideshow, and she said, "Oh, it takes so long," but she did it.
It really, really made a difference. I think it just made it even more powerful. Yeah.
After January 6th, a few weeks afterwards, one of my viewers commented in the chat. I was talking about we get a second chance. Like, you know, they didn't take the Capitol down. We got a second chance. So somebody suggested to use "We Got a Second Chance" as like a title for a song. I always start with a title.
Yep.
And I started playing with a melody, and I liked that melody that I came up with. And then it started to morph into "We Won't Be Backing Now." And so it started out as "We Get a Second Chance." And so it turned into that. And what I was really doing was recounting the day and the images and the fear, the terror, the, oh my God, we can't believe this is going on. And that's where the song came from. And it's one of those songs, like, I don't know, I won't take too long with this, but.
Oh, please. No, that's why we're here, Annette. It's all right.
Yeah, I like to just gab, right? We like to.
It's okay.
Conversation. So many, many years ago, there was a group called Peter, Paul, and Mary. And they, Paul Stuckey of Peter, Paul, and Mary wrote a song, the most beautiful song. It was one of the first songs I ever learned on the piano, called "The Wedding Song."
Yes.
You remember it? Okay. So
I sang it at many weddings, actually.
Oh, okay. You're a singer.
Yeah.
Cool.
I am. Yeah. Yeah.
Like same page. So Paul Stuckey said about that song that he wasn't going to chart. He wasn't going to collect royalties on that song because he felt so much like it was given to him. Sure. And that's how I feel about "We Won't Be Backing Down." I feel like it'd be nice to make some money on it, you know, for my work. Unfortunately, nowadays it's next to impossible to make money on your art, and I hate to be negative like that, but it's set up in such a way that you really just don't. Yeah. Corporate is working against the artists, but the song that's the spirit with which I present you all with that song. It's like, here, the message was given to me.
Yeah, it's a gift
to you. And I'm giving it to you. And I believe, you know, you understand this yourself, that music and the arts transform societies and transform the world. Remember, we are the world?
Yep, right? Sure do.
And the man in the mirror, that Michael Jackson sang that too. Well, those songs do shift things. And where we're in, and it's really in my heart to get that song shared as much as possible. We won't be backing down, because especially of the preponderance of the gaslighting of these GD, you know, formerly known as Republicans, GD MAGA people, trying to tell us that we didn't experience that. Right.
Like as if.
Yeah, as if, right?
Right. I know.
I write articles.
I would love to see you give that. I would love to see you give that to Kamala and Tim, because that could be a very powerful song for them to have at their rallies. Yeah.
You understand that, of course, that's what I want.
I know. Well, we all got to make it happen. We got to make it happen in that.
Yeah, I mean, of course that's what I want. If I had those kind of superpowers, I would just here. Getting it to the right people.
It is getting it to the right people. I would love to see us all as members of these communities send a note to their PR people and tell them, please at least listen to this. Somebody listen to this, because there's no copyright problem. There's, this was made just for and the chills that everybody got from that song.
That's what I
When
heard.
Deborah, oh my God, some people were crying.
Wow.
They were saying they were crying when I was doing my bit. So Annette, it was, oh my God, it was just so, you need to know how many people just absolutely adored the song and really resonated with it.
I do feel it. I definitely picked up on that. So thank you for saying so. The thing is, it's giving people chill bumps because, things that give us chill bumps are things that are real. They resonate. They're just truth.
Yes,
right?
That's
when you
right.
get chill bumps in a reading, or your client says, "I got chill bumps from that." That's like, whoa! It just,
and it's the truth. That's right.
It's like you're striking a string on the guitar.
Yep. Or it's like a riff that you hear. When you start to hear Bowie and Freddie Mercury sing their song together. It's like a riff. You just know from the very beginning. And so some people are saying what song. So I want to make sure during the PsychAthon, we had psychics, offering, and we had Project 2025 people talking and others, and there was music that was included in it. And Annette had a very powerful song, and we listened to it. Yes, Under Pressure from them. Thank you. But we listened to it, and Deborah played it more than once, and it was gorgeous. It was wonderful. I don't have it to play for you.
It's on my YouTube. It's on my YouTube.
It's on your YouTube? Okay.
Under videos. You know how YouTube
under videos?
There's a live videos. It's under videos. You might have to scroll down a bit.
Okay.
And it's one of them. They're both the same, but one is a picture of Kamala Harris, and the other is a picture of me with a guitar. Sitting with a guitar.
And the song is "Saving Our Democracy," or is it?
It's called "We Won't Be Backing Down."
We won't be backing down. Okay.
Some people call it "Taking Back Democracy," but I call it "We Won't Be Backing Down."
Yes. Oh,
and
so
and then after that, Kamala started saying, "Well, we're not going back." I mean,
I know.
Right? Call me psychic.
Hey, you. They say that when there is a time to come, that all those things converge, and you were just ahead of the curve. And a lot of people are ahead of the curve, and God bless you for it, and your guides.
I've noticed that in my life. I notice that I always tend to be a little bit ahead in the trends, and then I feel like I do that first. So I was the person that thought that thought. How we get it.
Wonderful. So Sheila Edwards says your sound is a little too low. I thought first you said loud, but it's low.
Nothing I can really do about that.
I'll try to be quiet. I'll try to talk like this.
No, I don't think it's you're too loud and I'm too low. I like yelling, so I don't know. Technology has never been my friend. So.
Oh, I totally get it. So, you can put in psychic Annette Dion. It's Dion or Dion?
Dion, like Celine Dion.
Like Celine Dion. Okay.
Yeah.
And Sonia, I will put up the link for the donations because we made over $9,000.
I heard that. I just got an email from Deborah. She said she wants to do it again. Maybe not. Was it really 24 hours?
It was. Yeah, it was.
And what happened? Did two people do a reading for a person, or how did that work?
Yeah, they had two of us on for two segments, and then we would do readings. In between the readings, they would also have the music, or they would have a clip from us about Project 2025, or about a woman sharing her experience because of abortion. That kind of thing, or not being able to get one. And then there was a series that Helen did with Deborah, which was Deborah's Akashic Records reader. And so Helen would introduce the forefather, and then Deborah did the Akashic reading as though they were speaking. It was great. It was great.
I've done something similar on the 4th of July the past 3 years. I channeled our founding fathers.
Uh-huh.
And whoever else wants to show up. So that would be interesting. I'll have to look.
It would be. It would be. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Thanks so much. But I want to talk a little bit about what else Annette does. But I did want to start out with that because it was just overwhelmingly beautiful. And I want everybody to be able to see it. So thank you for letting us know that it's on your videos. And it's We Won't Be Backing Down.
Oh,
And
can I do just one other too? Is I have another song that's called "We've Got to Come Together."
okay.
That's also on my YouTube channel.
On your video? Okay.
Yeah, Terry made a slideshow for that too.
Oh, Terry's fabulous. Thank you, Terry.
Yep, we're meant to meet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's great. So then you have the Psychic, is it the Psychic News Network? Is that what it's called?
I started my YouTube channel probably 5 years ago. I started out on Facebook, and I do videos going over what's going on with Trump and everything. I can't believe we're still going over this, but anyway. So I started my YouTube channel because I understood that I wanted to know more about what was going on from, doing readings about it. And so then I decided to go ahead and share what I was getting. So I started attracting people on YouTube, and it's really helped to calm me down. It's helped to calm down my viewers. It's I mean, especially like right after January 6th. I mean, I think of what we've been through and how, this is kind of like, it's kind of been a theme in my life to just be like, there, we're going to be okay. I know what I do. Even though I'm freaking out, right? And that actually happened after September 11th, 2001. Also, I was living in Nashville, Tennessee at the time. And I found myself being, getting calls like, can you come and lead this group in prayer and that kind of thing. So, so I feel deeply in my heart that that's part of what I want to do. I want to be there to help people to know that it's going to be okay. It's always going to be okay. We're just going through lots of changes. When Joe Biden decided to step aside, for example, I jumped on. A lot of psychics jumped on. I had just finished my church. I have a Church of Spirituality, from 1 to 2 Eastern time. That now has its own channel, Church of Spirituality. So I had just jumped off, and I'm getting all these emails like, "Oh, Joe Biden stepped aside," and everyone was just.
Oh, you're freaking out.
I've got to jump on and talk everyone through this. And some people were upset with me about that I was not allowing anybody in the chat to say anything negative or despairing. I said, we're not going there. We're not doing that. We are, because I know there are people, we've all been there, that it's hard enough already. You're in the school of hard knocks in life, and you're already being knocked all around the place, and you can't even have the stability of knowing that we have a somewhat normal presidential race going on. If Joe Biden gets knocked aside, nobody knew what was going to happen because it had just happened, and I needed to create an environment and a space for healing, and not for panic. People got mad at me. What do you mean I can't say anything negative? It's just, sorry, not here. Too many people are struggling, not doing that.
And Tim and Kamala, then that's their whole premise. Let's stay in joy and high vibration. It's so you predicted that as well then.
And then and the Friday before, at the end of my Psychic News Network, which I do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, the very end, I pulled 3 cards for the community, and I said something really good is going to happen. The Friday before the Sunday. So I felt assured that it was going to be okay, but my point is that I just feel like called to make sure we're doing this together. I've always been a kind of a leader of spiritual community, so it's really
cool.
important to me.
Really. So how long have you been involved? What happened that started you on this path? I mean, when you were a kid, were you able to? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you could hear things, or I just knew things?
I just knew things. And I thought everyone knew things. I thought everyone knew things that they couldn't see, right?
Yeah.
And I joke about it all the time. I thought people were acting stupid on purpose.
Oh,
I mean, you're a kid and you're like, well, I don't know why. I know that. Well, don't you know that? You would think people are just acting dumb, right?
Yeah.
So as I got older and I was like 18, 19, I felt this, I've always felt an inner voice, and I felt this inner guidance that I was
Yep.
really kind of consulting with, like, what is this? This is kind of driving me crazy a little bit. Nobody can relate to me.
Uh-huh.
You know that? Do you know that feeling? I know that feeling really well.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And my guide said that it's a psychic gift, and I could go ahead and use it to help people. And here I am, all about helping people. So I
That's
decided to
awesome.
go ahead and explore, tarot. I lived.
Mhm.
You said you lived in Salem. You taught in Salem, Mass.
I taught in Salem, Mass at Salem State, and I grew up
Yeah,
in New Hampshire. So I am
yeah.
an East Coaster, but now
But
live in
you've
the West
you've
Coast.
been to where I am,
Oh yeah.
Gloucester. Yeah, Cape
Oh, I
Ann.
have.
Because if
Yes.
you were in Salem, you definitely came to Gloucester.
Oh, I love Gloucester. It's
Yeah,
wonderful.
I
Yeah.
love the schooner. It's not a schooner. It's like a clipper ship. In
Hmm.
Salem called the Friendship. Remember the Friendship?
Yes.
I
Yes.
think it's still
Uh-huh.
there. So
Yeah.
Salem was right there. So it was not like I didn't grow up like. I mean, I moved to the Bible Belt for 11 years, but I didn't grow up in this whole like, ooh, this is satanic, So it was
Right.
just
Right.
a hop and a
Yeah.
skip to go to Salem, look at some
Hmm.
cards, buy cards, start reading cards with my good friend at the time, and
Hmm.
we just found we were quite accurate, and I just loved it. And then when I moved
That's
to Nashville and I was dirt poor, I started reading for friends, and they said I was uncannily accurate, and I should go ahead and start charging. So I
there you
did.
go. There you
Yeah,
go. That's
where it
fabulous.
all began in the '90s.
Uh-huh.
I love doing readings. I'm not doing enough readings. I would love to do way more.
I get it. And it's actually it keeps us tuned up as well, don't you think?
It does. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
does
It
for
does.
sure. And
Yeah.
for me, I don't know. I don't need a lot of like. I don't need a lot of alone time. I have a lot of alone time, but I get when I'm engaged in work and being productive, that gives me energy. If I'm
Uh-huh.
not engaged in something, it's like, it's just like that's when the real blah set in. It's like I need something to engage my energy and attention. And
Right.
I do kind of coach people. Like if you're feeling like blah, what are you not doing?
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Don't
You're
sit
not
there.
following your bliss. Yeah, you're not following, you're not finding your joy in what it is that you're doing. I agree with you 100%. So I don't know if you've ever heard of America's Stonehenge, which used to be called Mystery Hill Caves. But back in the 1987, they had the thing called the harmonic convergence,
Oh yeah, I
which
was at
was,
Niagara Falls for that.
were you? Okay.
Yeah.
So I was there at America's Stonehenge, and they had all these witches there, and they were doing all kinds, doing
Oh
sage,
wow.
and it was fabulous. And I had started probably in high school with my spirituality, but by 87, I was in my 30s, and I thought this is just the best thing since sliced bread. But then I had to raise my kids, and I had to go to regular work. And so I came back, in spurts, I would say. And and at this point, some astrologer told me that I would be working from home when I was in my 60s, and that people would come to me in my home.
Well, that can happen too, right?
Well, I think this is it because this is my home and people
Right,
watch.
right. So you don't see people
Yeah,
in person. You don't
it
see people
is.
in
Yeah,
person.
yeah, it
You
is.
don't see you see clients in person or no?
No, mm-mm. Everything's from home. But remember, I also agree with you about being busy because when I'm not busy, I don't get anything done. When I am busy, I
Right.
get everything done. And I'm starting school again because I teach at 4 different colleges now online. So I have to do all that work plus fit this stuff in and do readings or whatever else. But when I get myself in that flow, if they say, okay, you can stop doing everything today, I go, oh my God, how do I do that? So I get to
Right.
do it. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
what are you teaching?
I teach humanities and I teach college writing
Oh,
and
cool.
literature. Yeah. And and I've been doing that's what I pretty much was at the beginning of my career when 25 years ago when I worked at Salem State. I worked there and then I did some online stuff for them. And it was one of the best places I ever worked. But I did in
Yeah.
class
Great
classes
school.
there. And the energy was wonderful. And of course, the Halloween at Salem is unbelievable, isn't
There's
it?
no place to park. Wait, did you live in Salem?
I lived in Lynn, of all places, because at the same time we couldn't find any work for my husband. So we ended up living in Lynn on the Lynnway in the public storage building. We were the managers.
Do you remember the we had little
Lynn, City of Sin.
Lynn, the city of sin. You never get out. Throw you in. That's what we were chanting in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Football games and stuff.
Yeah. Not a fun place to live right on the Lynnway across from the dairy, the milk place.
I don't go there much.
No, nobody does. You know what though, Annette? I said Spirit put us there to be a light to the community.
Oh, sure,
and
that happens.
Yeah. So it was a few years only.
And it's better now. I heard it's, really cleaned up quite a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm sure a little bit. It was a tough haul, but we did it, and we felt like we held the light between, I think it was 2003 and 2005. We were there. So
I'm always amazed at the places that I get sent.
Yeah. Oh, this is good news. I read this yesterday that New Hampshire is no longer a swing state.
Hey,
and
she's in Maine.
Oh, she's in Maine. Okay, that's awesome, Cheryl. I read it yesterday, and thank God, because I've been watching New Hampshire. After growing up there, I was pretty disappointed in the politics.
Me too. I don't know what's going on with those New Hampshire people. So that's really, really good news. I went up to, and I have a little bit of video of this. I went to New Hampshire when Biden was speaking early in the year, and I ended up talking to a bunch of Trumpsters, and it was very interesting.
I bet it was. Oh, B.A. Haven, sorry to hear that. Yeah.
On January 5th, 2021. I went to New Hampshire to pray.
I bet you did.
I stayed at an Airbnb. Hang on a second. I'm on a busy street.
Okay.
I stayed at it was an old historic house, and it was Monadnock Inn or something. And I went there. Yeah, I went there, and I had the specific intention to just be alone, be peaceful, and to pray.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a video from there too, in which I predicted what was going to happen. But I remember listening to Trump doing a rally in Georgia on January 5th, and I was absolutely horrified at what he was just. Yeah. I was fearful. So
do you see him not being available on November 5th? In other words,
I've seen that all along. I actually haven't even seen him on the ballot, so we'll see what happens with that. But I read energy, so if he's on the ballot, the energy won't be there. And
if he's on the ballot, it's because they did the ballot early. That's the way I look at it. They printed it early. They printed it early.
I've always seen a massive health challenge. I think we're bearing witness to that with his mental health failing.
Oh yeah.
It's horrifying. Definitely. Mainstream media is not talking about it all the time.
Yeah.
They will be.
They will be. They'll have to be, I think. But I've been watching Shrinking Trump, which is a show on YouTube with two psychiatrists and George Conway.
I'm always on YouTube. I'm on YouTube all day. I am. It's true. That's where I get my news, from Midas Touch.
No, I don't think he'll be locked. He may be locked up, but in a more of a mental capacity, hypnicity. I don't think he'll be. I don't know. I sure hope that they still do the on the 18th. They still give him his sentence, because
I don't see him in prison. I've always seen him in a mental institution.
Yeah.
A geriatric mental institution.
Yeah, he showed. Yep. Well, and because of his age and his infirmities, he'll probably, wear an ankle monitor from his home in Mar-a-Lago or somewhere and have to have people take care of him. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But how do you see the debate going?
That doesn't take a psychic.
Yeah, I think Yeah. Although
I think anybody would know. Anyone, just think about it. I don't mean to be flippant, but I just want people to access their psychic, because we all have psychic gifts.
We all do.
access your psychic gifts. How do you think the debate's going to go? And you don't even need to be psychic.
That's true. That's very true.
I'm really surprised that he's going through with it. I can ask the pendulum if he's actually going to go through with it.
That's what because I've had wishy-washy on that he'll come up with some reason why or his campaign will come up with some reason why he can't do it. Oh, Hypnicity, how's it you?
I consistently get that he's not going to be there.
Oh.
Now, let me explain something, because I consistently got that he wasn't going to show up at the debate with Biden. What my pendulum reads is the energy of the situation.
Sure.
So the energy of the situation is extremely negative. And if you ask me, as far as June 27th, that debate went, Joe Biden won that debate hands down. Trump he was off the rails, just lying in a complete waterfall of total diarrhea of the mouth lies. And nobody called him out on it, and that needs to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get
thank you,
Terry. To the debate.
Thank you, Terry Hall. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Terry.
Do you really think that he got hit in the ear?
No.
I don't either. I mean, there's nothing there. Every time you look at it, it's like and I mean, they have those if you knew Hollywood props, then you know that they have these little like blood capsules that you can go like this. But
he stopped. He put everybody's life in danger.
He did.
They were trying to whisk him away really quickly, and he went, "Wait."
Yeah, I know.
Like what?
I know.
No, wait. He got his photo shoot. That's where you see he was doing an interview yesterday that was in the background with Mark Levin. That was these interviews done lately are horrible. They have the T-shirts. They have the flags. All fight, which is such a stupid thing to say anyway. Fight. Yep. You're unfortunately a victim of a horrible, terrifying event where somebody got murdered, and you're making it about you. I think we're done with that.
Yeah. Entertainment purposes only, everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Just CYA here. I agree with you.
Question, Aley?
Sure.
Question?
Why
do people say that?
Why do people say this?
Yeah, what's going to happen?
Because they don't want to be sued.
Yeah, but I just want to make a point.
Okay.
If they sue you, what they're actually saying is a psychic is stating facts.
Oh. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So if somebody tries to sue you for something that you said, it would have to be on the basis that you said something was factual. But how that means that psychics really have massive street cred in terms of you go to a psychic for the facts.
Right.
I don't think that's and I don't. It's fine. I just wondered. It's just a question.
That's okay. You can ask anytime.
Around in my mind. It's
somebody else asked the same question during the PsychAthon to Gerald, because Gerald did it too. And I was always told at the beginning to CYA, and that's the only reason I do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, and I, to each his own. I'm not, whatever
no, I know.
Say. I just wanted to bring up the topic that for somebody to get you in trouble for something that you said means that you're claiming, and they're claiming, that you have facts.
Yeah. Yep, they are. Yeah. I never looked at it that way, but I don't want to. I don't have the money for a lawsuit. So
have you heard of it? Well, if you're giving medical advice, that's a different story.
Oh well, yeah, that too.
Right?
Yeah. No, definitely. Right. I always say it then. I don't give medical advice. Just the energy of what's around.
Right. You wouldn't, because you don't want to harm somebody.
Correct.
Who puts their faith in you. Right.
That's right. Yep. That's right.
But that's more of a personal thing. Anyway, it's just something that kind of was like annoying me.
No, it's fine, Annette. Anything you want to know, you ask. Yeah, because
so many people get away with so much, and we're out here helping people.
Yes, absolutely. No, I agree with you. Cheryl, I would say that it could be in jeopardy because they're having a protest after protest. I read this morning that Netanyahu, they had a perfectly workable deal to release the hostages in July, and he said no.
Yeah, and Trump
And
interfered. Trump
yeah,
interfered.
yep.
He's also getting ready to interfere with our budget.
Yes, he is. He wants to shut the government down, I think, doesn't he?
Oh,
He
you know
wants.
what? It's getting old. I mean, it's like how
It
many
is.
times are we gonna do this? It's like
I know.
really, you're gonna let this guy? He's a civilian.
Yeah. Yep. He is. They're the ones giving him all the power, but rule. He's the classic Machiavellian dictator. And everybody's afraid of him because that's what Machiavelli said. It's better to be feared than loved. And
Right.
it's so interesting that he's got all these people due to fear. Joe has more people due to love, and yet the people that live in fear say that Joe's a wuss and that Joe didn't do any this right or that right because he isn't the classical masculine energy person, because he's well balanced. He's very, very metaphysical, even though he doesn't know that that's the word I use. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, a
Yeah.
bull in a china shop is not what you call like a strong male.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
You know,
true. That's,
as
well, we think so. Yeah.
far
Yeah.
as Netanyahu goes, I just read a wonderful article. I'll see if I can send you the link off of Substack about what to teach young men. Like all that bravado is not manly.
Oh, yeah.
As far as Netanyahu goes, I've always seen him arrested
Uh-huh.
and charged for international war crimes.
Good. He should be. Yes.
And on October 6th or 5th, it was last year, right? Yeah, last
Yeah.
year.
Mhm.
I scurried over to a really beautiful nature spot here, quarry, rock quarry, and I did a very kind of a somber video that, I just told people I feel something really horrible coming and I'm not sure what it is.
Mhm.
That's what it was.
Oh, wow.
I was
Wow.
driving back from that location where I did a video, and I started to hear the news because I have my ear on the news all day. And that was the same time that we found out that Trump shared our national secrets with that Australian billionaire.
Oh,
That was going on at the
yes.
exact same time. So I was driving back going, I wonder, was it that? What, like what was it? But as it turned out, oh my God, what a horrible day October 7th was.
It was.
And Netanyahu was not all surprised by that event. I'll just,
Wow.
wink, wink, put it that way. He wants to stay in power. He was in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Yes.
And for that matter, Trump tried to start a war. He tried to create a lot of instability back in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what country it was. You might remember, where he was pulling our troops out of these places where they needed to be. I'll have to look
Afghanistan,
that
wasn't it? Because we lost 63. It wasn't there. Okay.
That's not. Okay. I mean, he did. Oh. He screwed up by releasing all those 5,000 Taliban. But
yeah.
But this was a different. It might have been Africa. He was threatening to pull troops out, and the military generals were like, "You cannot do that." But he was trying to create chaos so he could stay in office. It's a thing that they do.
I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
the things that he has been heard to have said to people that have written books like the generals and so on, why can't, for this protesters for Black Lives Matter, remember when that was going on, can't we just shoot them in the legs? Can't we just get the army and the National Guard to come out and shoot them in the legs?
It's despicable. It's a cult.
It's just awful. And then his shit show there in Arlington last week was beyond the pale. Yeah. Beyond. All right.
We won't keep waxing all like.
Yeah, I know. we have to come back to the positive.
We all know how bad it is, right?
Yeah, we do. But I have to say that Tim Walz is an absolute gem. I enjoy him so much. He brings such wonderful energy, and he balances Kamala really well. I think they'll make a terrific team. I really do.
I do a show with my friend Kathy Beal, who is a professional Aquarian on YouTube.
Okay.
So we do a show together, and she was looking at his chart and how like he's like the the knight who's like protecting his queen, kind of, which is kind of how I saw it too. It was really like, working to help her and to make sure that things go well. And he's so appealing. He's just so approachable. They both are.
They are. Yeah, they are. And I just adore Doug Emhoff. I think he's wonderful for his wife. And I think it's Karen Walls. I think that's her name, is Tim's wife. Another woman that's very well-intentioned.
I think it's Gwen.
Gwen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Very
wonderful.
good. Yeah.
Every single week we do a Grassroots of Democracy. Please sign up for Grassroots of Democracy, grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Put your email address in. Every Tuesday night we do a guided meditation.
Oh, okay.
For a healed America.
Okay.
Even if and this has been over 2 years now, so that's a lot of meditations. Even if you're not able to attend the Zoom meeting, you will still, because you're on the email list, receive the recording.
Okay.
Everyone on our grassrootsofdemocracy.com email list receives everything. We have a discussion group on Thursday nights. They receive all the notes. Terry takes amazing notes.
I bet she does.
Notes, links, to-dos, and then on Saturdays we get together and start getting to the work done session. It's kind of like going to the library. We decide what we're going to work on, and we work on it.
Yeah,
for 90
that's
minutes.
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. I have to say that I could hear seagulls outside your window just a few minutes ago, and now I want a fish sandwich.
Well, I can just go get you one. I don't know how fast I could.
Lobster off the boat. Lobster off the boat. There
I'm
you go.
in this restaurant district here, so I'm always smelling food.
Yes, I bet you are.
Yeah, I'm right across the street here. You can't see it, but the fishing boats are right there. They're tied up there. Yeah,
it's just a real nice memory for me. I used to come back and forth every summer, but then my brother passed in 22. And so I just said, it's time for me to stay put and not do so much traveling. So if I have people come here instead.
Where was your brother?
My brother was in Derry. He was, he lived there for a long, I grew up there, but he was a Vietnam vet. And he had PTSD that he was able to work through his whole life from Vietnam. So, but yeah, I lost him in December of 22. And every time I see a hummingbird, I know it's him because I found out he passed. I went in the garage and there was a hummingbird floating there. It was wonderful. I said, okay, it must be you, brother.
I'm gonna send you a song about Vietnam that I wrote too.
Oh, thank you. Wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, want to do some readings? A few readings here today?
What sign are you?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, Libra. That's one of my favorite signs. My best friend is a Libra.
Oh, really?
Are you October?
September 29. Yep. Close. One more year and I'll be the big 7-0. One more year. I'll be 69 this year. And but I have a Capricorn rising sign, so I kind of have that business thing going on with that.
That's a good combination.
It really is. Yeah. But I have a Pisces moon and I get very
I was just about to say
I get hurt really easily. Yeah.
Get shit done kind of like with that Libra and Capricorn, but Pisces can,
Oh, Pisces says, "Oh, you did this wrong." Oh no. How about you? What are you?
Sag, Scorpio rising, Moon, and Taurus. Yeah.
My daughter's a Sag. Yeah. And that actually Sag is my North Node, which is what I'm working for this time. That's why I'm in higher education, I think. And that's why you're such an educator.
Yeah, we need more teachers. I taught piano for like a long time.
Yeah.
But then people started to lose interest in that.
Oh, well.
Sadly.
Time to move on. Bond Blue, you have a Pisces moon, so you understand. Oh, Kamala was just speaking in New Hampshire, Annette says.
Man, maybe I'll just zip up there.
Oh.
Where is she in New Hampshire?
Yeah, let her know because she's got a song she'd like to promote. Oh my God, it would be great if you she was talking recipes yesterday with a lady. You could talk to her about your song. Oh
If
my
we
God.
set the intention, it will get to them.
Yes, I agree. So everybody, please set the intention that Annette's song, "We Won't Be Backing Down," gets brought into the Harris Walls campaign as their theme song, because it is fabulous.
We have
And
to
it's
remember.
on Annette's channel on under videos. Check it out. She has other songs there too.
We have to remind everybody of what Trump did.
Oh, yes, very
Sweep
much
the
so.
crap under the rug. That's just not okay.
Uh-huh.
Maybe please
All right. So we got a few minutes to do a couple of readings. I'm sorry we won't be able to do a whole bunch of them, but I needed to first talk with Annette, find out all this stuff, and we could always do another show and just do readings, but I needed to set the tone and for us to get together and, get work, see how we back and forth and everything. So yeah.
Know your psychic.
That's right.
We can call it that. Know your psychic.
Know your psychic. Yes. And then you can all sing the Smurf song. Dun, 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 dun.
Somebody was emailing me for the longest time saying, she's probably watching. She was saying that it was the Smurfs were patriarchal or.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I never watched it. My little sister.
That was the time period. So, that's the way it goes. All right. So I pulled 3 cards for you, Valerie. Thank you for the question. I have here surrender to the change, Valerie. And I know you are going through lots and lots of changes, because I know who you are and I know about the changes. But it says allow resilience and adaptability and be available to the flow that comes to you. The next one is gratitude is dreaming, the manifesting power of gratitude, and the law of praise. Look at how beautiful that card is. And I do have a series, everybody, that I just put up, a book I read called Parallel Universes of the Self by Frederick Dodson, and I broke it down. I've got 4 videos up right now, and it's all about manifesting your reality. And so you might want to check it out. It's a great book. Finally, Valerie, you are working toward your sacred purpose. Isn't that gorgeous? It's there and it's awaiting you. And I believe that you're waking up to it right now. And I think it's because you've moved to your new space, and you're going to really, really do well there, I think.
All right. That sounded like a complete answer to me.
How about you, Annette?
Well, let me just say, I'm also a spiritual life coach. So people that want to really make big change in their lives, that's where to go for that. Is in terms of what I have to offer. And I would like to see people get past this idea that if life isn't a bowl of cherries, that you're doing something wrong. I don't know where we all get that idea. Oh, it's hard. So I'm not saying that's what Valerie's doing. I'm just making a point.
Yeah.
I don't know why we think that, or we think we're doing something wrong if things are hard. The hardest things we've experienced are the areas of our greatest growth. Mm-hmm. Right? So I wouldn't struggle with it being a lot. I mean, I wouldn't go, oh, it shouldn't be a lot. It shouldn't be a lot. It shouldn't be a lot. Yeah, it's challenging, but then you find out what you're made of.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Right? How else do you find out what you're made of unless you go through the challenges? And if we don't put ourselves through the challenges, guess what? If we don't make our lives a little bit challenging and see how far we can stretch, guess what? The universe will do it for us.
Yes, that's very true.
So we have to jump in with both feet. And I'm not undermining what you're going through. I'm just hopefully offering a different perspective, that it doesn't mean things are wrong. If you ever feel that way, if you're ever feeling like, oh, it's wrong, it shouldn't be this way. It's that there are opportunities for growth. I have to tell myself that every day, all the time. Because we're not surrounded by a society that tells us, oh, yeah, you're going through the rough and tumble in the school of hard knocks. Well, that's normal.
Yeah.
Whoever says that.
Yeah, I know.
Whoever says that.
Yeah.
But we all know it's true.
And then there's the old saying, oh, it's just another effing growth experience.
Oh no, not another learning experience. But at least in the 90s we knew, right? We knew what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
I
Yeah,
like
we
the
did.
bumper sticker.
Yeah.
I also like the bumper sticker that said, "Beam me up, Scotty. There's no intelligent life."
That's right. That's my favorite. Oh, another one that I really love is oh God, what is it? Being minds are like parachutes. They only function when open.
Yep,
And
that's
yeah,
true.
I
It's
love
true.
that. Yeah. All right. Kim has a question about love.
All right, so
Right.
I didn't understand that we were doing personal readings.
Oh, is that all right? Or you don't want to do personal
Well,
ones?
I just didn't understand that that's what we're doing because
Oh.
I always do. I actually don't do any shows where I do personal readings. Do you?
Really? Oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh
definitely.
no, for me it's all political. But go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah. Any but can you tap in to
No, I
some
don't
of
answer
these?
those kind of
You don't
questions.
answer them. Well, let's find something that you can answer then. All
Well,
right.
no, you want if Kim wants you to answer the question, go ahead and answer it. It's very
Well,
vague.
all right, but I don't want to be the only one reading, so I'm going to answer your question, Kim, and then I'm going to move on to well, anybody has any questions with regard to politics or world affairs or
Just that
anything?
other people can, like that we can all relate
Get
to.
something from. Sure.
I do have something to say about love.
Okay, say it.
It starts with self-love.
Oh yeah. Yep. It sure
And
does.
when we have that, we actually don't even feel we all have to work on it, right? We all can do better in that department. But when we really have, because we work on it on a regular basis, when we have that self-love and self-support and self-acceptance, no matter what, I love myself completely here and now, no matter what, is the affirmation, right?
Right. Yeah.
Then we don't even feel that we're lacking.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can meet somebody who is fun to play with.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Not that
Yeah.
whole like Tom Cruise, Renee Zellweger. You completely. No, it's not. That's freaking Hollywood.
Well, you're singing to the choir here. I've been married 4 times, and I would never do it again if anything fell apart here. But been with him 25 years, so the first 3 I don't really. Yeah, I don't count.
That's like, but you don't go to him.
Whoops, we lost her. She'll probably be right back. Okay. You went away, but you're back. Okay.
But go ahead, answer Kim's question.
Okay, so Kim, I get that you're going to get some kind of an invitation or a message from somebody. It could be somebody from your past. It could be somebody from that you've just met. It could be somebody that's saying, would you like to come to a party? And there you might meet someone. And you're at a fork in the road. Isn't that interesting? You're at a fork in the road at this point. And but somebody's going to come in. I can't tell you the timing on it, but and I really do believe that you love yourself first. So I believe that you are ready for this, but also be discerning. You don't need to pick the first one that comes along if that one's doesn't have the criteria that you're looking for, because we don't want to have and this, we don't want to have relationships with people just to have a relationship. So I hope that helps you, Kim. Anyway.
I have a couple questions. One is, what deck is that?
This deck is called the Golden Insights Oracle.
It's cool.
And it's on Etsy. I buy a lot of decks off of Etsy.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. Those are cool. And the other thing is, I just want to say about that whole love thing. I've been doing this work for 30 years, and I see so often people not recognizing that a relationship is work.
Oh, yeah.
It is a part-time job.
Or full-time.
Yeah, or a full-time job. And we if we're going, it's going to be beautiful, and we're going to right away into the sunset. Well, that's all. I hope that's part of it.
Yeah. But don't you think
definitely part of it?
Don't you think, Annette, that we grew up and you're much younger than me, I'm sure, but we grew up in a time where we had these tapes running in our heads, and these, you watch these movies, you heard these songs, and it was, someday my prince will come, and all that.
Yeah, well,
BS,
let me tell you about that. I'm a little bit different.
That's
but
all right.
It doesn't make me better. I grew up with those messages. Every woman, every girl grows up with those messages.
We do.
It was like trying to fit a round peg into a square hole for me. And I tormented myself and tortured myself. And people, don't you have a boyfriend? Don't you have, why
I
are
know.
you getting married? Why
When are you
aren't
going to have
married?
kids? What's going on?
I've never been married. I never had a baby urge. I always knew from a young age, this lifetime, I don't know how I knew, was not going to be about that as the main theme.
Sure.
And I even many years ago had a psychic say to me, you didn't come here for that this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a guy that read past lives, and I do read past lives too. He said, you already did that.
Yeah.
So I consider myself a mom in the sense that I'm a parent of the universe. And don't even get me started about JD Vance, because I'm a childless woman without any cats, because I'm not a cat person, but that's my own preference.
Sure.
But there's nothing wrong with childless people.
That's right.
Childless people are actually have more free time to love all, to just, spread it even further, because you've got to attend to your family, your immediate family, right? When you have a family, that's beautiful. That's other people's path. It's not my path. But we have to recognize that if we choose relationship, we have to know that it's work. And if we're choosing it, that's the work that our souls decided, we're going to do this. But I've seen women torture themselves because they don't have a partnership.
Oh,
and
I know.
It breaks my heart. Because here they are, they could be enjoying their friends, they could be traveling, they could be focused on their career and having a wonderful time, but they actually feel compelled to be sad that they don't have a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, there's a gazillion good reasons
That's true.
Could be,
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. My own children, my daughter just got married 2 years ago after living with her boyfriend for 10 years. And she first marriage, and my daughter's 47. And they finally decided that it would just be more helpful to be married, because if anything happens to either one of them, it's important. But no kids ever. And my son, no kids. And I'm like, and I never, ever told them, when you ask them, when are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? And all I hear from my friends was, oh my God, when are you going to have kids? When are they going to have kids? I said, they don't want kids.
I mean, that's such an intrusion.
It is.
It's what does Tim Wall say? It's none of your damn business.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It's nobody's business what you decide to do. And frankly, I never have trusted that the world's going to save itself. No,
I know. I said I didn't want to bring kids in to this. They don't want to bring kids into this mess of a world that we're living in a lot of cases. So, Maria, good for you. 2 dogs. You didn't dream of Prince Charming because he doesn't exist after you met a lot of frogs and villains. Well, you ain't the only one. Thank you for sharing.
You can be Princess Charming.
Yeah, you can be. And Jamie's been single since the 90s. Best decision she ever made. Yeah.
Now,
and Rose.
I just don't discount it. I love men. Don't.
I understand. No, it's okay. It's all right.
I do.
Yeah.
They're wonderful, wonderful humans.
They absolutely are. There's nothing wrong with it. But whenever you're making a choice that is, I always say, it reminds me of a Dead Poets Society when Robin Williams gets up on the desk to give his, and it's like, see things from a new perspective. And I remember watching that movie and doing that one day, getting up on the desk of my classroom and saying,
oh, wow, good for you.
I did. And I told them why and where that all came from. But it was very liberating, because I don't really care what people think.
Yeah.
I mean, I do and I don't. My Pisces moon, I get hurt, but at the same time, it's like, who gives a shit? If I want to swear, if I want to, whatever it is, I'm not hurting anybody by doing it. Yeah. So I totally get it.
You're doing you. That movie had a huge impact on me.
Oh yeah, it was a
It
wonderful,
was
and
very, it was very affirming.
it
You know,
was affirming.
how
It
I
was.
felt anyway.
Yep. Oh, what's this, Mary? This is an interesting. I remember being 10 and being told I would have to change my last name someday. I looked at my father and said, that will never happen. I was so insulted that someone would suggest, and little did I know I would never marry, but did have those aspirations. Well, Mary, good for you, girl.
You must be seeing
And
more.
now,
I didn't see
yeah.
that entire text, but I heard
Oh,
you.
okay. You want me to
Um,
put it back? Yeah. Yeah. She has, it's in 2 parts because it's a little long. That's why.
okay. I would never change my name.
My daughter didn't either.
No, I
Yeah.
like my name.
Yeah.
Why would I change it?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot, but remember, depending on when you were married, you did it
Yeah, but
because that's what
even
you're supposed to do, right? I mean, and then it became hyphenated and all these other
I
things.
think since the 70s, it's been that women have kept their own name if they wanted to.
Uh-huh. Well, it's especially if they're professional women like
Right.
doctors and lawyers and
Like
stuff.
Kamala Harris.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Wow, you guys remember that movie? It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. Actually, it that one and what's the one that was filmed in Boston with him and at Harvard, I think, with
Goodwill
Affleck and Matt Damon. That's another good movie.
Goodwill
That
Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Was a great
Yeah.
movie. And you know, from this area, I mean, that's exactly how it was growing up.
Oh yeah.
Just like
Oh, definitely.
that blue
Well,
collar.
yeah, I couldn't even. I was a Protestant, and I was not allowed to date Catholics because it might get serious and you'd have to marry them and you'd have to become a Catholic. And you can't do that.
Did you?
I never did because there was never anybody that I wanted to date that was Catholic. But, and now we had one kid in the class, just one kid that was African-American. And, somebody, I remember my friend dancing with him at one of the school dances. And her father found out, and she got whipped for dancing.
Oh my
and that's not what it's like in New England for the most part. It isn't. There wasn't prejudice, but there weren't a lot of African Americans in New Hampshire, probably in Boston.
Well, you grew up in Derry?
I did. Yeah.
Here's the thing. When I was growing up, I didn't see racism. I grew up in a mostly white community. Well, people from different ethnic groups like Sicilian and Portuguese, especially. But there were 2 black students in my high school, and one got voted most popular. The other one I didn't know very well. And then I went to Berklee College of Music, and all the black musicians were like the most amazing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Musicians, and it was a jazz school. It was when at first Berklee College of Music started. It was primarily a jazz school, so it was founded on that culture.
Sure.
And so I grew up kind of with a sense of awe about these, especially the musicians at Berklee. And then I moved to Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh my God! What a change!
What planet am I on right now that you would go to some of these really old-fashioned, old southern places, restaurants, and I mean it was just like being in Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, it's culture shock. It is culture shock. Yeah.
The racism there was just
unreal.
Wait, what is this? I couldn't connect with it.
I know. I get
understand how it was that bad, but how naive I was.
Yeah. Well, I remember going. I left Derry in '88. I moved to Virginia, and I was a damn Yankee to everybody that was there at that time.
Sure.
Then we moved to Florida, on the Panama City on the West Coast, but only for 1 year before my husband got transferred to Houston. And I did my jail sentence in Houston for 7 years. You really did not like it.
Houston, anyone out there from
Houston? There's a church on every corner, and everyone knocks on your door to invite you. And they're very, but that's how the world is. And no offense to anybody in Houston or Virginia or anywhere else I'm talking about. It's just that it is a culture shock for a New Englander to go into the South. Definitely. It really, really is. Yeah.
I find the Religious Science of Nashville Church in Nashville. I discovered the science of mind when I moved.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Somebody from LA Reverend
Uh-huh.
Nick Johnson. He lived in LA. He moved to Nashville, and he had been going to the Church of Religious Science
Uh-huh.
in LA. And then when he moved to Nashville, there were no churches like that. It's a metaphysical church that my church is based
Oh
on.
yeah, it's not Scientology. It's Ernest Holmes,
No,
Science of Mind, and it's
metaphysical.
fabulous.
Yeah, and so he started the church himself because there weren't any.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I used to get the magazine every month and read all the
Oh, yeah, it's
the
a great
the things. And I went to the one when I lived in gosh, where was it? In Houston, there's one outside of Houston that I used to go to, or Unity
yeah,
Church, one of those.
yeah, Unity's
But
great.
yeah, Unity's a great place to go to. But you know, they have all these sayings on the wall, and it's Einstein and Socrates, and so it isn't. Yeah, it's not just based biblically. It's sort of on the wise people.
100 years ago, there was this big explosion of metaphysical, like philosophies, and Ernest Holmes didn't even want to start a church, but he got
I know.
kind of pushed into it. But it really is more scientifically based. And I'm a student of or devotee, not really a devotee, but Sadhguru is somebody that I met in 1998, and so he furthered that education in me that spirituality is science. So that kept getting, kind of pounded into me, and it just always felt like the truth that our thinking creates our life. Always felt true.
Yeah. Yep. Always felt true. I always was comfortable there. My issue now is I don't need to go to a physical church building in order to get what I need.
No,
I know God is everywhere. And so, but you've got it online, right? Your church is
I
online. That
want
would
more
be,
people to know about it because my slogan is "Church of Spirituality makes your life better."
Uh-huh. Sure.
And it started its own channel. It's 4 years in, but
Good.
its own channel is at Church of Spirituality. So check it out.
Well, yeah, because community, I mean, we can see the power of community right here, right now in our chat and with our people. So I do want to tie this up a little bit so people can write to you for readings, regular readings, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I do tarot readings, I do tea leaf readings, I do spiritual life coaching, and I have my church is free at Church of Spirituality on YouTube. And I'm getting ready to teach some classes. I haven't put them all together and decided what to teach, but moving into the Halloween season, I'm going to teach a psychic class every single Saturday, starting probably the second or third week of this month.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. So PsychicAnnetteDion.com is where you go to find out about things that I'm doing.
Things that Annette is doing. Well,
grassroots to democracy too. Very, very important.
That's right. So I was asked to put up, I'll put it on the show notes, everybody. The link, if you still want to donate to the Harris Walls campaign. And it's a regular link to Act Blue, I believe, but there's a number on it that tells them it's from this group of people, from the PsychAthon. And I'll also put a link to Annette's song for those, but you can find it also on her channel, and please go over, like and subscribe to her channel because she's fabulous. And anybody that has not subscribed to mine, I would love to have you. I also offer memberships, and I believe that Annette does too.
Yes, I do. We have a psychic party once a month for the members at the upper levels, and every level, there's 3 levels. You get an affirmation in your inbox every single day.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Sherry, Voices from the Swamp, who was backstage during that 24-hour, she was up the whole time. Would love to have you on her channel as well. So there you go. You're going to make the rounds, I think. So
Voices from the Swamp?
She's down in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Makes me think of the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. They have crawfish down there. They have a big crawfish festival.
That sounds good, right?
I know. Yeah, psychic party. That's right. And I do the same once a month. I have a members meeting only. And so, yeah. But thank you, Annette. It's been a pleasure. And Terry, I know you're behind the scenes somewhere. Yeah. Thank you for all you've done to help us facilitate this as well. And everybody in the chat, much love and many thanks for all your wonderful comments. And yes, many comments about how much they love your song. So there you go.
Great. Please share widely. If you want a version of that doesn't link to my YouTube channel, I can make that available also.
Oh, well, that's wonderful.
Okay,
That's
just in case you don't want to let people know that you watch psychics.
Oh God, if they don't know, I have it now on my Facebook, and I'm sure my college colleagues are saying, "What's going on with you, Aley?"
Hey, it's the new new wave.
It's a new world. It's a new
Aquarius.
world. That's right.
All that.
That's right.
All right.
All right.
The farmers market right now. So,
Okay.
So
We'll
great.
see you
Thank
later,
you.
everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. I think I hit